Welcome back, Grade 7 students, to our Arts Quarter 1, Module 7, Creation of Arts and Crafts of Luzon, Highlands and Lowlands Architectures. The 7th module in Art 7, Quarter 1, will guide you to analyze the elements and principles of arts that can be observed in the architectural designs from Luzon. By looking into the designs, you can be able to identify the structures and the place where it originated. You have to recognize also the materials used that made those structures unique. This module will guide you to create your own architectural design which reflects your culture. Luzon is the biggest among the 3 major islands in the Philippines. There are churches which serves as the symbol of Christianity that brought and still brings values in the community. Meanwhile, houses in Luzon have its own characteristics, designs, and materials. The best architectures fit well in these houses. Broadly speaking, architecture is much more than that because each aspect of arts gives unique story and prominence. Artworks were artistically planned and crafted like buildings, domes, churches, and the like, making each of them stand out from the rest. Would you like to wander around different churches or mind making an architectural designs of your own house? Experience that firsthand here in the learning exploration that is about to begin. Let us experience the ambience of the different places where these architectures of the Highlands and Lowlands of Luzon are placed. Learning objectives. In this module, you will be able to determine the different materials and techniques used in the architectures from the Highlands and Lowlands of Luzon. Make or draw architectures using local materials and techniques. And appreciate the architectures from Highlands and Lowlands of Luzon by determining the proper use of elements and principles of art and how it reflects its culture. Do you recognize the following pictures? For your Activity 1, there are jumbled letters inside each box. Rearrange the letters to form a word that will name the picture opposite to it. This will unlock the pictures to be able to reach your destination. Write your answers on the separate sheet. Then answer the following questions. Number 1, are you familiar with the materials illustrated above? What made you identify them easily? Number 2, where can you find those materials? And number 3, what structures can be made with those materials? The previous activity guided you to look closely in the materials used in different architectures such as houses, churches, and other historical landmarks in Highlands and Lowlands of Luzon. In the next part of the module, you will discover how these materials have something to do with the cultural and geographical background of the place and how it can be localized to modify its distinct characteristic. Let us also discover their techniques in creating their architectures that fits in its surroundings. There are different kinds of materials which can be used in building a house, but there are also things to consider, especially the location where we will build it. Let's see the wonder of the architectures of Highlands and Lowlands of Luzon. Calle Crisologo. Calle Crisologo, also called the Heritage Village in Vigan, Ilocos Sur, is narrow and cobblestone street touches from Spanish colonial architecture. Alongside of its streets are the old Spanish-type houses, which have huge, high-pitched roofs, large and rectangular living rooms that are made for adobe, bricks, lime, terracotta, hardwood floors, and Capes window panels. They used mortared bricks and stones for the first floor walls, while the second floors were made largely of timber. They believe that this kind of structure proved to weather earthquakes and storm better and can be seen in the preserved houses of Vigan. Ivatan houses. Ivatan houses in Batanes group of islands have unique architectural forms. Walls are made of limestones with reed and kugon roofs. Their houses are commonly divided into 2 parts, the house proper and the storage area of the kitchen. The main house is made of lime and stones. It is the larger area. The kitchen or storage area is usually made of wood and thatch. The ceiling is significantly lowered around 1.6 to 2 meters high only and has a smaller opening for doors and window to preserve the temperature warm on its interiors. The structure, design, and materials are chosen because they are strong enough to withstand a numerous typhoons and earthquakes that hit the group of islands because of its geographic location. Tumauni Church. Another amazing architecture in Luzon is the San Matias Parish Church, or commonly known as Tumauni Church, in municipality of Tumauni, Isabela. It is an ultra-Baroque church architecture and well known for its extensive use of red bricks. It also ornamented with carvings of flowers, leaves, scallops, saints, religious symbols, and other fanciful motifs. The facade is flanked by two pseudo-Corinthian columns and niches, one located above the entrance and the two remaining larger niches on each side of the columns. The cylindrical belfry of the church looks like a huge wedding cake because of its design motifs like laces, hearts, and beads. Subic Spanish Gate. Subic Spanish Gate in Olongapo City, Zambales has high walls made from locally quarried stone connected to the south gate that face the waterfront. This also served as the west gate of the arsenal and faced the Spanish-era settlement of Olongapo. It was used as prison facility, entrance and exit gate to the naval station during the Spanish and American occupation. San Andres Apostol Parish. The San Andres Apostol Parish in Masinloc, Zambales is known for the use of coral stone instead of adobe. The front of the church is divided into the triangular pediment, two horizontal sections and three vertical ones. Church facade is mostly a semi-Gothic style with neoclassic structures. The saints are placed on the first level, windows with rectangular shapes on the second, and decorative carved niche of the patron saint and geometric carving and medallions on the pediment. The architrave was decorated with triglyphs between the pediment and the second level, which gives a classical appearance to the church. The front of the church is divided into the triangular pediment, two horizontal sections and three vertical ones. Its belfry is composed of circular columns topped by a lantern and a cross. Now let's proceed to your next activity. Activity number 2. Describe the following pictures based on how the elements and principles of arts were used in the architectural designs. Explain how the elements and principles of arts reflect the functionality, traditions, expertise, and availability of resources. Describe how element of line, shape, space, texture, balance, and principle of art contrast, emphasis, rhythm or movement, and proportion was used on the following architectural designs: Calle Crisologo, Ivatan Houses, Tumauni Church, Spanish Gate, and San Andres Apostol Parish. After describing the elements and principle of art used, kindly answer the following questions. Number 1. What are the similarities and difference of the architectures based on the element of art used? Number 2. To analyze it further, what are the similarities and difference of the architectures based on the principle of art used? And number 3. How did the elements create distinctive architectural designs that describe the history and culture of people? For activity number 3, the following are some of the famous architectures in Luzon with primitive design. Your task for this activity is to choose two architectures from Calle Crisologo, Ivatan Houses, Spanish Gate, Tumauni Church, and San Andres Apostol. Then compare and contrast using the Venn diagram based on the elements or principle they possess. Afterwards, discuss your answer to the following questions below. Number 1. What makes your chosen architectures unique from the other architectures? Why do you say so? Number 2. Are the elements presented in the architectures you have chosen have commonalities? What are these commonalities? Discuss briefly. Lastly, assessment. Part A. Complete the following statement by supplying the right word or words from the box below. Write your answer on your activity sheet. Part B. Read the following statements in column A and match them with column B. Write the letter of the best answer in the space provided before each number. Congratulations! You have reached the end of the Arts Quarter 1 Module 7. Answer and finish all your activities and proceed to your next module. Again, do not forget to click Turn In once you're done answering all the activities. Thank you and happy learning!